hours, we've lost 7 ships, 50 souls.
What you did yesterday got us to today.
It's not enough.
If you're looking for a high-stakes adventure this weekend, there is no need to leave the couch. Tom Hanks' new Second World War drama is now streaming on Apple TV+. It is one of many films this summer getting a home theater release instead of the traditional theater, of course, due to the pandemic. So let's bring in Eli Glasner to chat about this. Good morning, Eli.
Morning,
does this high seas story sink or swim, in your opinion?
Oh, I would say swims, certainly swims, and buoyed by the help of Hanks. I mean, this is the full Tom Hanks. Hanks is the kind of actor, he has that reputation of being one of the nicest guys in the business. We know he has a lot of respect for the military and the service of men and women, but if you wondered if that's just an image or something that he really believes, this is the answer, because this isn't just Hanks the performance. This is Hanks, the screenwriter. So he wrote this story, and I'll tell you, it reeks of wholesomeness. This is kind of the full Hanksian experience about the captain who leaves the love of a good woman behind, who gets up in the morning, says his prayers, puts on his uniform. There's Elizabeth Shue as the woman he's saying goodbye to, and then he gets on that battleship. If it was another screenwriter and another actor in that uniform, you know, it might be a little too saccharine, but with Hanks, it fits just as nicely as that cap there. The mission is to protect a convoy of 37 ships. The year is 1942. This is the Battle of the Atlantic. They're trying to keep the war effort alive on this dangerous trip across the Atlantic to England. Here's the beginning of the journey as they enter the part of the Atlantic known as the Pit. Take a look.
Air escort to Greyhound. You will now be out of range of air cover for the next 5 days. Safe travels to England. How many crossings does this make?
This was my first.
And you can see the apprehension in the men's eyes. Like, he is the captain, he is the commander, but what kind of captain is he? And out there in the deep dark blue are the Wolf Pack, 6 submarines hunting them. And let's take a look at how that goes.
Contact inside minimum sonar range.
Contact inside minimum sonar range, sir.
Hydrophone strong. Very strong.
Hydrophone very strong, sir.
Over-revving screws.
Over-revving screws, sir.
He's trying to slip under us!
Now, Mr. Lopez.
So you see there, I mean, the tension, the pings, the sonar, they're getting closer. You see the apprehension in the men's eyes. You hear all of that lingo of how they're relaying those commands back and forth. And actually, that's just kind of the beginning of the film.
Certainly, I think the world could use a little Tom Hanks right now. And we know this isn't his first time wearing a captain's uniform either. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, quite different than a role that we've come to know him in, such as Captain Phillips you might be referring to. This is very restrained. You know, this is about a leader who can feel the weight of the men's eyes on his back. He also feels the weight of that mission, trying to keep those dozens of boats alive in one piece. And there's this stoic determination to rise to the occasion. I mean, he's a man of God. He certainly doesn't relish taking life, but he's not going to shirk in the face of duty. He's aided by his second in command, Stephen Graham. Great character actor, one of my favorites. There he is. He's the guy in the map room. He's the guy near the sonar pings trying to plot the course, with one of the few that the captain will actually confide in. Also keep your eyes out for Rob Morgan as Cleveland, the head chef. There he is, trying to keep the captain alive and giving us a little bit of a window in terms of some of the racism that black Navy men were actually dealing with at the time.
All right, so I have to ask you, how does this war film, which looks so majestic, how does that play out on a small screen at home? And how would it stack up in terms of other war films, in your opinion?
In terms of other war films, I would say, think Dunkirk, think Saving Private Ryan, in terms of that unrelenting nature. They shot this on a decommissioned battleship, and they make full use of that environment. And much of the film is Hanks peering out of windows, looking, port and starboard, trying to figure out where the enemy are. And then it's filled with that kind of dizzying lingo of hard turn, 3 degrees to port, sonar update. It's not a film that clutters things up with the backstory. I I have no idea who that person is under many of those helmets. I don't know if they have wives, mothers, or fathers. All I know is that there's a ship and there's a sub and there are torpedoes on the way. And Jennifer, I really enjoy films about just how things work. And I think the real star here is the military machinery. It's playing the world's deadliest game of hide and seek. And you ask how it is to watch at home. I mean, I watched this with a big screen by myself with my headphones on. And as much as I would love to see this with an audience, with the sound, with the soundtrack, with that lingo, and just kind of the relentless, unforgiving momentum of this movie, it really is quite an immersive experience. So at only about 80 minutes long, it's succinct, it gets in, it gets out, it gets the job done. And I quite enjoyed it. So I would be giving this Greyhound on Apple TV Plus 4 stars out of 5.
Wow, okay, good to know. It looks like a great escape. Eli, thank you for this.
You're welcome.